You're live on your Joy News channel. My name is Daniel Dazi. Wow. The title race is getting keener and keener by the moment. Congratulations to Prisek Legon for besting Adisco and Opokuwari this morning. It was a nail-biting contest. Now it's time for the second semi-final between Wesley Girls High School, Tepa Shs, and of course defending champion St. Peter's Senior High School. MFA Jadosi is standing by the University of Ghana Business School. MFA, the tension must be palpable by now.
So this is still our coverage of the semi-finals of this year's National Science and Math Quiz. As you may know already, the first particular contest, it was Prisek Legon that it merged victors. They beat their counterpart from Opokuwari Senior High, Opokuwari School, and also at Disadel College to make it to the grand finale of this year's National Science and Math Quiz. You know that they are already 5-time winners, and they say that they are ready to pull a Liverpool. That means they want to take number 6. They are taking the 6th crown this year. But there's another contest about to take place already, and this is going to be between Tepa Senior High School and also the defending champion St. Peter's and also Wesley Girls High School. You would know that the Wesley Girls High School beat Prempeh College at the quarterfinals of this year's National Science and Math Quiz. And Wesley, that's Wesley Girls in particular. Tepa Senior High School, now they are called Tepa Academy for one reason, because they beat Accra Academy at the quarterfinals of this year's National Science and Math Quiz. But you can already see from behind me, people are already ready. You see the crowd behind the defending champion St. Peter's are already repping, and they say that this time around they're not leaving no chance. They say that they are going into the finals of this National Science and Math Quiz and eventually become winners. But let me speak to a few of these past students. You are a past student.
Yes, please.
I've been seeing you repping. You've always had your morale very high. Should we expect that same morale today?
Of course, nothing else. We're going to beat Wege and Tepa. Tepa is no school to match. And today we are not having a contest. We're just having trials and rehearsals for the finals. It's not a contest. We are just rehearsing for the finals.
But you cannot underestimate your opponents, because remember...
We will underestimate them. Wege. Last year, they know what we did to them. Gehe. Oh, come on, madam. Gehe is not a school to compete. Gehe is not a school to compete.
Will it be very difficult for you to take in if at the end of the contest Wege merge victors or even Tepa? Because you remember Tepa Senior High School also beat Accra Academy at the quarterfinals.
It's not going to come true, so don't think about it. Don't just think about it. It's not a contest. We are just rehearsing for Thursday. We are rehearsing for Thursday. It's just a rehearsal. We are rehearsing for Thursday. We go to finals. It's back to back. Back to back. No, you know one thing. It's not easy to get this uniform. It's not easy to be admitted at St. Peter's. No, you can't get admission to St. Peter's if you don't write, if you don't pass. There's no way.
Well, I'll come back to you again at the end of the contest, and then hopefully you'll be ready. But it looks like already the contest is about to start. I didn't have the chance to speak to some of the past students of Wesley Girls High School and also Tepa Senior High School, because it appears that our quiz mistress is about to start very, very shortly. So if you see into the auditorium, to our left-hand side below are girls or students from Wesley Girls High School, and to my right you have St. Peter's and also Tepa Senior High School repping. But already our quiz mistress is standing by and wants to commence procedures, and so we'll just hand over to the quiz mistress. We'll come back after round 1.
Welcome to the 2019 edition of the National. We are in the semi-final. Comfortably in the management, proudly sponsored by GCD. What this means is that each point scored is worth 10 Ghana cedis.
Each what? Point.
At the end of the contest, the total score, the final score, will be multiplied by 10 Ghana cedis and presented
Right now.
Thank you for that.
This
is the second semi-final contest, and it features Wesley Girls High School. Tepa Senior High School. And the reigning champion. In the semi-finals, we are reflecting on the 2019 Nsmq. What's your experience been like so far?
So far, we started our journey here from the qualifiers at Ashanti region, and we didn't know that we would come to this far, but because of the strength of God, we are here.
All right, that's good. So this contest, what are we expecting?
Okay, in this contest, the Lord God is still our strength.
All right, I wish you well. Wesley Girls High School. Wesley Girls High School is represented by
Sena Auti, final year.
Dion Mante, final year.
Last time I asked you about the frequency of the noise coming from your supporters. You didn't tell me. Have you figured it out? Anyway. We are reflecting. Nsmq 2019, what has it been like for you?
It's been full of surprises. Yes, and it's very interesting.
Okay, that's good. This contest, what are we expecting?
The very best.
I wish you well. St. Peter's Senior High School. St. Peter's Senior High School. St. Peter's Senior High School is represented by
Obey Michael.
Finiron.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
We are blessed, mightily, and highly favored.
All right. We are reflecting. Nsmq 2019, how has it been?
It's been an interesting year.
Interesting year. All right. And this contest, what are we to expect?
It is written in the scriptures. In the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, fear not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he shall bring to you today. For the Egyptians we see today, we shall see them no more.
Best wishes. We've met the contestants. Apparently, we have Egyptians among us. Well, before I sit down, I would like to acknowledge our sponsors.
The National Science and Math Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service with support from GOIL, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, GCB Bank, Vimto, Academic City College, Adanse Travels, Kenya Airways, Accra College of Medicine, Medifem Multi-Specialist Hospital and Fertility Center, GTP, FH Harkin University of Applied Sciences, New Mongo Corp Ghana, and Entavarsity. Our media partners are Joy News, Joy FM, My Joy Online, and YFM.
This is a prime-time production.
It certainly is. My name is Elsie Kaufman, and I'm honored to be your quiz mistress. Thank you. Contestants, there are 5 rounds of competition. This first round is a round for fundamental concepts. The questions are simple and direct. I'm expecting simple and direct answers from you. If you answer your major question correctly, 3 points. If the question is incorrectly answered, it becomes available to the 2 other schools. A school may ring and attempt an answer. If right, 1 bonus point. If not, there's a penalty, 1 point. For questions which require calculations, you have 30 seconds to present your answer. If there are no calculations involved, you have 10 seconds to do so. All questions are to be attempted once only. Best wishes to all 3 schools. I'll be starting with you, Tepa. But before then, I have a preamble to all schools, after which you require about 10 seconds of time. Preamble. Explain how the following differences between male and female gametes in humans adapt them to the process of fertilization. Explain how the following differences between male and female gametes in humans adapt them to the process of fertilization. All right, so now, Tepa. Male gametes have a higher mitochondrial level than female gametes. Quating.
Okay, the male gamete is the motile gamete that move to the fallopian tube for fertilization. So it requires the mitochondria to get more energy so that it can give it the energy so that it can travel through the cervix to the fallopian tube. So you require the energy to be able to reach that place for fertilization to occur. So the mitochondria provide energy as it moves along through the cervix to the fallopian tube where fertilization occurs, so that it will not die along the way.
2 out of 3. I'll tell you why later. All right. With the same preamble, St. Peter's. The male gametes possess acrosomes, but the female gametes lack acrosomes. Yes, Michael.
The acrosome of the male gamete is to break down the cell wall of the female gamete for fertilization to occur. So the acrosome contains enzymes which are supposed to digest or dissolve the wall of the female egg cell or the female gamete before the nucleus of the sperm cell or the male gamete can fuse to the nucleus of the female gamete for fertilization to occur.
Okay, 2. Wesley girls. The size of the cytoplasm of female gametes is larger than that of the males? Dion.
The size of the cytoplasm of the female gametes is larger than that of the male gametes because the male gametes is what penetrates the female gametes. And as such, the size needs to be smaller than that of the female gametes so that it will be able to penetrate and its nucleus will be able to fuse with the female nucleus. Also, many male gametes are released and only one is able to penetrate the female gametes for fertilization. And as such, the size of the cytoplasm of the male gametes needs to be less. And the zygote inherits most of its organelles from the female gametes. And as such, the female gametes cytoplasm is larger than that of the male gametes.
I'm not accepting it. For a bonus. Bonus. Nobody wants the bonus. All right. So please remember what the preamble was. Explain the differences between the male and female in humans that adapt them to the process of fertilization. There should be a part about the male and a part about the female. You went on and on about male. Right? Which was right, of course. You explained and explained, but said nothing about the female. That's why you had to, right? So the female gametes are immobile. They don't need a high mitochondrial level. All right. Then when it came to you, same thing. Acrosome. Yes, the males need that because they need to be able to break down the outer membrane of the ovum. Does the ovum need anything like that? No, it doesn't. So it doesn't have. All right. And then when it came to you, yours was completely off track. The female gametes contain a larger cytoplasm to nourish the embryo. It's for nourishment of the embryo, while the male gametes have a lower cytoplasm, which gives them lower weight to enhance swimming, makes swimming easier for them. All right, next set, 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. The intrinsic carrier concentration of silicon at 300 Kelvin is 1.5 times 10 raised to the power 16 per meter cubed. Did you get your preamble? The intrinsic carrier concentration of silicon at 300 Kelvin is 1.5 times 10 raised to the power 16 per meter cubed. All right, so now, Tepa. Find the minority carrier concentration in N-type silicon with a donor concentration of 1.5 times 10 raised to the power 23 per meter cubed. Yes, Bismarck.
Now we have 1.0 times 10 to the power 7 per meter cube.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 1.5 times 10 raised to the power 9 per meter cubed. St. Peter's. Find the whole concentration in P-type silicon with an electron concentration of 4.5 times 10 raised to the power 8 per meter cubed. Fanny.
3.0 times 10 power 22 per meter cube.
That's incorrect for a bonus. right answer is 5.0 times 10 raised to the power 23 per meter cubed. Wesley girls, with the same preamble. Find the minority carrier concentration in P-type silicon with an acceptor concentration of 2.5 times 10 raised to the power 22 per meter cubed. Vera.
1.7 times 10 exponent 8.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. The right answer is 9.0 times 10 raised to the power 9 per meter cubed. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble. Preamble to all schools. Find dy dx from the implicit equation. Find dy dx from the implicit equation. Tepa. X cubed plus 3x squared y minus y cubed is equal to 10. Yes, which of you? Penny.
dy dx equals minus x squared minus 2xy all over x squared minus y squared.
Yes. Your major question with the same preamble. X cubed minus 2xy plus 2y cubed is equal to 15. Fanny.
dy dx equals 2y minus 3x squared all over 6y squared minus 2x.
Yes. With the same preamble. 2x cubed plus xy minus 3y squared is equal to 18. Yes, Vera.
dy dx is equal to minus 6x squared minus y all over x minus 6y.
Yes. Okay, so for this next set, we are going to do something interesting. It's one question. I need 2 answers from you, but I'll get the first set of answers from you worth 2 points, and then I'll come back and get the second set worth 1 point. Okay, so it's one question. And every answer must be distinct, different from what has already been said. I hope you got that. Okay, so we are going round twice. Okay. So this is the question. An organic compound is found to have the molecular formula C4H7OBr. Each school is to give the systematic names of 2 of the isomeric butanols such that 1. The double bond is always terminal. 2. The OH is never bonded to an sp2 carbon. And 3. The Br and OH are not bonded to the same carbon in any compound. So, again, all right, I will read it again. I will be coming round. I want different answers every time, so you need to pay attention to what other answers have been given. All right, so an organic compound is found to have the molecular formula C4H7OBr. Each school is to give the systematic names of 2 of the isomeric butanols such that 1. The double bond is always terminal. The OH is never bonded to an sp2 carbon. And the Br and OH are not bonded to the same carbon in any compound. So first round for 2 points each. Wesley girls. No, I'm starting with Tepa. Yes, Bismarck.
Yeah. 4 bromo butanol.
No. St. Peter's. Yes, Fanny.
2 bromo, 3 butanol.
No. Yes, Wesley girls. Dion.
2 bromo butene 1-ol.
No. And I'm going around again. Tepa. This time for 1 point. Yes, Bismarck.
Yeah. 3 bromo 1 butanol.
No. St. Peter's. Yes, Fanny.
3 bromo, 3 butane, 2-ol.
Yes. Wesley girls. Yes, Dion.
2 bromo but 4 in 1-ol.
No. All right. So, several of them, actually, there were 6 of them. 2 bromo, 3 butane, 1-ol. 3 bromo, 3 butane, 1-ol. 4 bromo, 3 butane, 1-ol. 1 bromo, 3 butane, 2-ol. 3 bromo, 3 butane, 2-ol. That's the one I got from St. Peter's. And then the last one was 4 bromo, 3 butane, 2-ol. Are you sure you know this one? Oh, all right. Next set, 10 seconds with a preamble to all schools. When I get to your school, I will give you a description. With respect to the nervous system or propagation of impulses, state to what the description I give you refers. I hope you got it. Good. So, Tepa, A narrow junction across which a chemical signal passes from one neuron to the next, initiating a new electrical signal in the target cell. Quatin?
Yeah, the synapse.
Yes. A change in voltage of a cell membrane in response to a stimulus that results in transmission of an electrical signal unique to neurons and muscle fibers. Michael?
Action potential.
Yes. A change in a cell membrane potential from rest toward zero. Yes, Dion?
Resting potential.
No. For a bonus. Depolarization. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble. Preamble to all schools. At 20 degrees Celsius, the surface tension of soapy water is 0.035 Newton per meter, and its density is 998 kilogram per meter cubed. Did you get your preamble? Again. At 20 degrees Celsius, the surface tension of soapy water is 0.035 Newton per meter, and its density is 998 kilogram per meter cubed. Tepa, find the gauge pressure in a soap bubble of radius 0.50 millimeter. Bismarck. Yes, Bismarck.
We have 280 Pascal.
Yes. With the same preamble. Find the radius of a soap bubble in which the gauge pressure is 700 Pascal. Fanny.
0.20 millimeters.
Yes. With the same preamble, find the gauge pressure in a soap bubble of radius 0.28 millimeter. Vera.
100 Pascal.
Pardon?
100 Pascal.
Yes. Fanny.
0.50 kilopascal.
Yes. Next set. 30 seconds with a preamble. When I get to your school, I will give you some proportions. Solve for x and y from the given proportions. Solve for x and y from the given proportions. Tepa. The expression 3x minus y over 15 is equal to the expression y minus 6 over 10, and it's equal to 3 over 5. Yes, Fanny.
X equals 7, Y equals 12.
Yes. Your major question with the same preamble. The expression x plus y over 8 is equal to the expression x minus y plus 5 over 4 is equal to 1/4. Michael.
X equals to minus 1 and y equals x equals minus 1 and y is equal to 3.
Yes. With the same preamble. The expression x plus y minus 3 over 6 is equal to the expression x minus y plus 3 over 3, and this is equal to 2 over 3. Dion.
X is equal to 3 and y is equal to x is equal to 3 and y is equal to negative 3.
2. Yes, x is equal to 3, y is equal to 4. Next set, 10 seconds. Water and nonane, an organic liquid of boiling point 150 degrees, are not miscible. Explain why the two are not miscible. Kwate.
Okay, Madam, this is because in water, water is a polar solvent, and water, because the polar solvent is due to the OH bonds that are found between in the water molecules, and for nonane, it is non-polar. So, and because of the van der Waals forces of attraction that exist between the water molecules. So, since nonane is a polar solvent, and a non-polar compound, and water is a polar compound. They can't mix because when the nonane is added into water, they cannot interact because of the non-polar side and the polar side of nonane and polar side of water.
I'm not accepting it. For a bonus. All right. So the intermolecular force in pure water is intermolecular hydrogen bonding. For nonane to dissolve, this strong intermolecular force has to be replaced by induced dipole forces. This is not favorable thermodynamically, and so it will not dissolve, it will not mix. All right, St. Peter's. Explain why solid sodium chloride is very soluble in water. Yes, Feni.
This is due to the fact that the forces between the NaCl is ionic, which makes it a polar compound. And also water is also a polar solvent. So the interaction of these two substances will create a hydration energy that is great enough to break the ionic bonds in the NaCl. And also it's a thermodynamically feasible reaction. So the hydration energy produced will be able to break down the ionic compounds, and this will lead to the dissolution of the NaCl in the water.
1. All right, so when sodium chloride dissolves, the water molecules and the chloride and sodium ions are separately held together by strong ion dipole forces. For example, the hydrogen atoms of the water are attracted to the chloride ions, right? The oxygen atoms are strongly attracted to the sodium ions. This is hydration energy. You mentioned hydration energy, but your explanation was not the best, which is enough to overcome the lattice energy. So there's an energy associated with the lattice, that crystal structure, okay? And the attractive force between the oppositely charged ions in solution. So a balance between the hydration energy and the lattice energy. All right, Wesley girls, excluding colloidal solutions, name 3 types of solution. Dion.
Suspension. Suspension, liquid solid solution, and solid solution.
2. So there is a solid solution which you mentioned, liquid solid solution you mentioned. You could have added gas solution, liquid solution, or gas liquid solution. 10 seconds. Tepa, why are root hairs important for plants? Bismarck.
Madam, this is because root hairs provides a large surface area so that moisture or water in the soil can be absorbed, and also nutrients can move across the soil.
St. Peter's, why does chlorophyll look green? Michael.
The green nature of chlorophyll enhances its absorption ability, that is, its ability to absorb whether the blue or the red wavelengths of the visible spectrum, and repel the green wavelength, since the blue and the red wavelength is what is needed for photosynthesis. So the green color of chlorophyll enhances its absorption abilities for photosynthesis to occur.
That's a roundabout way. I'm giving you one. I shouldn't have given at all. Okay, then somebody rang for a bonus. Yes, Quatin.
Okay, it looks green because when white light falls on the leaves, the spectrums have been that the blue and the red spectrum of the white light have been absorbed, and the green component of the light is being reflected backward. So the color of the green is due to the fact that green component is being reflected, and the white and other components of the colors are being absorbed.
Yes, that's a better explanation. Wesley girls, what does it mean to say photosystem 2 splits water? Dion.
When light falls on the chlorophyll, the water is split into hydroxyl and H+ ions, and the energy that is generated from photosystem 2.
For bonus. It simply means that water is oxidized to yield protons, electrons, and oxygen. Seconds. Tepa. Determine the work done by 5.0 mole of an ideal gas at 200 Kelvin in an isothermal expansion from a volume of 3.0 meter cubed to a volume of 12 meter cubed. Quating.
Okay, we have the new volume to be equal to, the work done to be equal to 162 joules.
That's incorrect for a bonus. The right answer is 12 kilojoule. St. Peter's. Determine the work done on the 5.0 mole of ideal gas at 200 Kelvin when it is recompressed isothermally from 12 meter cubed to 1.5 meter cubed. Michael.
263 kilojoules.
That's incorrect. For bonus. The right answer is 17 kilojoule. Wesley girls. The 5.0 mole of ideal gas at 200 Kelvin now expands isothermally from 1.5 meter cubed to twice its original volume of 3.0 meter cubed. Find the work done by the gas. Dion.
4.5 kilojoules.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. The right answer is 12 kilojoule. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. A and B are events in a sample space S. A and B are events in a sample space S. Find P of A union B, given P of A is equal to 0.9 and P of B is equal to 0.6, and A and B are independent. Bismarck.
We have 1.5.
That's incorrect. Yes. Which of you? Vera. Go.
0.96.
Yes. If you ring and you don't raise your hand, I can call either one of you. St. Peter's, with the same preamble. Find P of A union B, given P of A is equal to 0.9, P of B is equal to 0.6, and P of A intersection B is equal to 0.5. Fanny.
1.
Yes. With the same preamble. Find P of A intersection B, given that P of A is equal to 0.8, P of B is equal to 0.6, and P of A union B is equal to 0.9. Dion.
0.5.
Yes. Last set. 30 seconds. Exactly 10.0 centimeter cubed of dilute ethanoic acid solution are pipetted into about 40.0 centimeter cubed of deionized water, and the solution titrated against 0.805 mole per decimeter cubed NaOH solution. If the titer is 18.0 centimeter cubed, calculate the percentage composition mass to volume of the ethanoic acid. Atomic mass for oxygen is 16.0, carbon is 12.0, and hydrogen is 1.00. For a bonus, the right answer is 8.69. St. Peter's. A school bought a bottle of concentrated HCl labeled as 36.5% HCl by mass, that is weight per weight, weight to weight. If the density of the concentrated acid is 1.20 gram per centimeter cubed or 1.20 kilogram per decimeter cubed, calculate the concentration of the acid in mole per decimeter cubed. Atomic mass for chlorine is 35.5. For hydrogen, it's 1.00. Fanny.
12.0 mole per DMQ.
Yes. Last question. A student needs to prepare 500 centimeter cubed of 0.100 mole per decimeter cubed HCl solution from a 12.0 mole per decimeter cubed HCl solution. What volume of the concentrated acid must be diluted to 500 centimeter cubed to give 0.100 mole per decimeter cubed HCl solution? Dion.
41.6 centimeters cubed.
That's incorrect. Penny.
4.17 centimeter cube.
Yes. And that's the end of the first round. At the end of the first round, Wesley Girls High School has 11 points. Tepa Senior High School has 12 points. St. Peter's Senior High School has 26 points. Four more rounds to go. Round 2. This round is also known as the speed race. The questions in the round are directed to all 3 schools simultaneously. For an opportunity to answer a question, you must ring for it. May I hear your bell, St. Peter's? Thank you. Yours, Wesley Girls. Thank you. And yours, Tepa. If you ring and answer correctly on the first attempt, 3 points. On the second attempt, 2 points. On the third attempt, 1 point. But be very careful, because if you attempt to answer a question and you are unable to do so, you lose a precious point. For questions requiring calculations, you have a maximum of 30 seconds to present your answer. If there are no calculations involved, you have 10 seconds. Best wishes, everyone. First set, 30 seconds each. Find the magnitude of the linear momentum of a particle of mass 2.0 times 10 raised to the power negative 28 kilogram, moving with a speed of 1.8 times 10 raised to the power 8 meters per second. Bismarck.
Yeah. 3.6 times 10 to the power negative 20 kilogram meter per second.
That's incorrect. Yes, Dion.
20 kilogram, okay. 4.5 times 10 exponent 20 kilogram meters per second.
Yes, Fanny.
4.5 times 10 exponent negative 20 Newton second.
Yes, negative 20. Next one. Find the lifetime of an unstable particle moving at 0.6 C, whose lifetime in its rest frame is 32 microseconds. Yes, which of you? Bismarck.
40 seconds.
That's incorrect. Yes, Fanny.
40 microseconds.
Yes. Next one. Determine the work done by 5.0 mole of an ideal gas in an adiabatic process in which its volume changes from 3.00 meter cubed to 1.00 meter cubed, and its pressure changes from 100 kilopascal to 200 kilopascal. The adiabatic constant of the gas is 1.40. The answer is 250 kilojoule. 10 seconds. Arrange the following to show plant succession that begins on a newly exposed rock surface. Forest stage, foliose lichen stage, moss stage, shrub stage, crustose lichen stage. Bismarck.
We have crustose lichen stage, moss stage, shrub stage, folio stage, and forest stage.
That's incorrect. Who rang next? Yes. Wesley girls. Vera.
Crustose lichen stage, I'm sorry, crustose lichen stage, foliose lichen stage, moss stage, shrub stage, forest stage.
Yes. Next one. Why do smaller endothermic animals require more energy to maintain? Quatin.
So, Madam, this is because smaller endothermic animals have large surface area to volume ratio, and hence the rate of metabolic rate activities in their body is high, so they require that large surface area to volume ratio to order to give off much heat energy from their body to their environment.
Okay. What is the primary function of the human respiratory system? Yes. Michael.
Exchange of gases for digestion.
Yes. All right. 30 seconds. Find the number of sides of a regular polygon if an exterior angle measures pi over 15 radians. Yes. Dion.
Please, the number of sides is 12.
That's incorrect. Tepa. Quatin.
We have the number of sides to be 30.
Yes. Next one. A fair coin is tossed once. Find the probability of obtaining an even number of heads. Michael.
0.
That's
0.
incorrect. Yes, Bismarck.
Half. Or
yes. Evaluate. 10 combination 5. Yes. Fanny.
210.
Pardon?
210.
That's incorrect. Oh. Yes, Vera.
256.
No. They didn't. All right, which of you? Quatin.
Okay, madam, we have it to be equal to 252.
Yes. Next one. 10 seconds. The integrated form of a second order reaction involving a reactant A is as follows. 1 over A sub T is equal to KT plus 1 over A naught. where A0 and A sub T are the initial concentration and concentration at time t, respectively. Give an expression for the half-life. Yes, Fanny.
The half-life equals 1 over the original concentration of A, that is A0, multiplying the decay constant.
Okay. Next one. 30 seconds. Calculate the rate constant K of a second-order reaction if it takes 40.0 seconds for the concentration to decrease from 2.00 mole per decimeter cubed to 1.00. Yes, Fanny.
0.0250 per second.
That's incorrect. Someone else rang. Yes, Wesley girls. Go on.
0.025 mole per dm cube per second.
No. Yes, Bismarck.
Madam, the decay constant is 0.0125 per mole dm cube per second.
No.
That's dm cube per mole second.
One attempt, remember? Well, you were also to give the units of K. That's why I was very particular. It's part of the question. And the right answer is 0.0125 dm cube per mole second. Last one for the round, last one. It is common knowledge that increasing the temperature of a reaction by 10 degrees Celsius increases the rate by a certain percentage. What is? Fanny.
It increases the rate by 10%.
That's incorrect. What is this percentage? Oh. So I guess it's not common knowledge after all. Okay. The percentage is 100%. So you can double the rate of a reaction by increasing the temperature by 10 degrees Celsius. Have you learned something today? Great. And that's the end of the speed race. Tepa Senior High School has 16 points. St. Peter's Senior High School has 31 points. We are about to begin round 3. At stake in this round is the Prudential Life Insurance Nsmq Star. The star is an award that goes to any school that is able to earn a perfect score of 10 points in this round. It has monetary value. It's worth 850 Ghana cedis to each of the team members. That is each of the 3 contestants and 1 teacher, making a total of 3,400 Ghana cedis. I hope you are motivated. Good. So the problem of the day is a single question to all 3 schools. From the time I ask you to begin, you have 3 minutes to present your answer. One answer from your school. The problem of the day, as I have mentioned, is worth 10 points. Please put down your pens and let's turn over our sheets and read the problem of the day together. Problem of the day. The electron Compton wavelength, lambda c, depends only on the Planck constant h, the electron mass m, and the speed of light c. The wavelength shift, delta lambda, is equal to lambda minus lambda I in Compton scattering is given by delta lambda is equal to lambda c multiplied by the expression 1 minus cosine of theta, where theta is the scattering angle. A, use dimensional analysis to obtain an expression for lambda c. B, derive an expression for the ratio of the wavelength lambda of the scattered photon to the incident wavelength lambda I in Compton scattering. And C, calculate the ratio of the wavelength of the backscattered photon to the wavelength of the photon scattered at 90 degrees in Compton scattering. Contestants, this is your problem of the day. You may now begin.
Contestants are solving the problem of the day. In about 5 minutes, they should be done with it and present it to the quiz mistress. Remember that our live coverage of the National Science and Maths Quiz is made possible by MTN everywhere you go. It's also made possible by Newmont Gold Core Africa. Newmont Gold Core Africa, they are supporting the best all-female participating school with 20,000 Ghana cedis. They are doing some wonderful work also in the area of STEM, and they're supporting the girls here at the 2019 National Science and Maths Quiz. They're making it possible for us to bring you our live coverage. Also remember that Brilliant Key Soap is also making our coverage possible. DBS Industries Limited is also making it possible. I have here with me old students of St. Peter's and then Wesley Girls High School. We're still trying to find the gentleman from Tepa Senior High School. Remember, this is the basement. Let's speak to the Gehe girls. Let's find out from them how they're feeling at this point. At the end of round 2, Wesley Girls, St. Peter's, I should say, is leading with 31 points. Tepa SHS they are second with 16 points, and then Wesley Girls, they have just 9 points at the end of round 2. What's your name and which year did you compete? Can you come forward a little?
I'm Benedicta Okra. I competed this year.
Oh, you competed this year. Tell me, what do you make of the first 2 rounds of competition?
Oh, we are still hoping for the best, and we know we'll win. As in, we'll win. That's how we are. We start like that, slow, but we are steady.
Slow, but you're steady.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw your performance against Nsmq School, and that's Achimota School and then Prempeh College. When you girls answered all the questions, the true or false questions in round 4 right. We saw your performance also in round 5 during the riddles. Should we expect that in this contest as well?
Yes, please. Far better, yes.
Far better?
Yes, please.
You've not given up yet?
Oh, no.
9 points?
Not at all.
Are you sure?
Not at all.
Are you sure?
You're here all the way.
You're here all the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let me speak to the guys from St. Peter's. Your name, sir?
Jeffrey Kobnayeboa.
Jeffrey, St. Peter's SHS, defending champions. You are in the lead with 31 points. Tell me what's the feeling like in your camp?
Well, it's normal. It is nothing to jubilate so much about. I mean, it's already known that we'll definitely win. But the gap or the margin is what we are looking at. And also we are looking at how fast Tepa can also pull forward since they are the underdogs. Because, I mean, they are the ones that we are actually looking for to be second. I mean, to also place them up there. But well done with Gehe though. It's not bad.
So, why? You don't want Wesley Girls to be second?
Oh, not that I don't want them to be second, but they've made their name. So, of course, if Tepa should also make that same name, I'm sure it will be good boost for them next year. Yeah.
How about Tepa SHS beating you guys? That would be good for them as well, you know.
Let me ask you, how about Goliath defeating David again? Is it possible?
Well, interesting. Your name, sir?
My name is Jones.
Jones, which year did you complete?
2008.
2008.
Exactly.
Tell me, are you impressed with what you've seen so far? The first 2 rounds, St. Peter's, you are in the lead.
Exactly, I am. I'm so impressed. The guys are really doing a very good work. And so far, so good. We are really impressed. We are.
You are winning?
Yeah, we are winning. Oh, certainly. This is not a contest for us. And you can attest to that fact.
Was this what you expected prior to the contest? Did you expect this performance from your boys?
For my guys, yes, we really expected them to put up their best, and that's exactly what they are doing. But the other schools that are contesting with us, so far, they've not really given us any tough competition. We really expected them to at least give us close marking, but it doesn't seem like they are in this contest with us at all. They've not got that experience of coming to the semi-final. I think that is why.
You mean Wesley Girls?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Yeah. They've not got that experience. They've not got. Let's face the fact.
No, let me put out a fact. Wesley Girls and then Nsmq Girls, they are the only 2 girls schools who've made it to the finals before. So Wesley Girls, they've been to the finals before.
Before. You are saying before. Yeah, but we are talking of recent. Do you get it? Last year.
But you are not in the final.
Last year we were.
Okay, you are talking about
semi-final. Exactly. Last year we were in the semi-final, so we have that experience, and we are here again. We have that same experience. Do you get it? When we got to the speedways, you see our guys speed, because that is where we know our strength is, and we really open the gap at that point. Trust me, okay? St. Peter's, we are coming on top, and we are just waiting to get on Thursday to the final.
Your name? 30 seconds.
I'm Nathaniel.
What should we have?
15. Well, the best from St. Peter's. I mean, we are the best, so you can expect nothing more than the best, you know. Now, yeah, you understand, yeah.
Thank you very much, St. Peter's. Thank you very much. We're still here at the basement of the RS Amagashi Auditorium. This is one of the viewing centers. You can see the number of people who are gathered here watching this particular contest. Outside also, there's another viewing center. Our coverage of the National Science and Maths Quiz, 2019 National Science and Maths Quiz, is made possible by Newman's Gold Corp Africa, MTN everywhere you go, Brilliant Key Soap, DBS Industries, and then we have another sponsor, Tabia Herbal Mixture. Okay, yes, they are making it possible for us to bring you the live coverage of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Let me speak to, I always want to come to you for the analysis. Luija, right?
Yeah.
The last name?
Urija, Ntiamwa.
Ntiamwa.
And
wait, I don't know why you're laughing, but in the year 2015, I mean, you've seen it before. Yeah. You've been on this stage before.
But
What do you think is going through the minds of the girls from Wegehe at this point? Because for the contestants on stage, their demeanor, I mean, it looks as though they've given up already.
They've given up already. I always say, when you lose a maths question, you lose the contest.
When you lose a maths question,
you lose a contest.
How is that possible?
You stand a chance of getting 9 points in entering the game because the maths questions are fundamental and you need to get them. We saw that in the morning when Opoku lost maths questions for Presec to take the bonuses, and we saw this time Tepa lost the maths question, and Wesley girls were fumbling. So when it started like that, I knew it was a bad day. It was a bad day, and the Wesley girls, they're expecting their girls to win, but in order to go to the finals, you need to be the best. And we saw that Presec did this morning, and the girls, they needed to pull their weight, and now the gap is there, and I think they can't do anything about it.
But not many expected this margin at the end of round 2. Not many expected this, especially because Wesley girls, we saw them against Achimota School. We saw them against Prempeh College in that same contest against Prempeh College. We saw how they performed, you know. Should we expect something different in round 4 and round 5 as we saw against Achimota School and then Prempeh College?
Yeah, I was telling you about when we get to the grand finale and the semi-finals, the speed in solving the second round, it doesn't really count because you need a huge mass of content to win the contest. And with this time, we saw St. Peter's, they have content in terms of the physics calculations. And the gap was in round 1. In the grand finale, in the semi-final, we win with 1-1 scores. And the gap was in round 1. And there was nothing that ladies could do. And I don't think anything can happen because Dion looks downhearted. She looks downhearted, and I think nothing could be done about it.
So you don't think Wesley girls can come back? What about Tepa SHS? Are you shocked by their performance? Tepa SHS, we saw them against Accra Academy. They eliminated Accra Academy from this contest. They're the reason why Accra Academy is not at the semi-finals. Do you expect this performance from Tepa?
Yeah, I was telling them last time on the review show that they will give them a round for their money during the speed race. And you saw it, they were pressing the mass question, they were competing with them. But then content-wise, you know, when we get to this time, the creme de la creme, St. Peter's is one of the best. A finalist from last year, you can't write them off.
Thank you very much. It's very difficult pronouncing your first name. Can you?
Irija.
Okay. Your first name Ntiamwa, last name is Ntiamwa. Thank you very much. He represented Benkum SHS in the 2015 National Science and Maths Quiz. He's now studying medicine at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. He's been here throughout the prelims, and he's been monitoring the results of all the contests. He's been doing some wonderful analysis here as well. The round 3, it's over now. Contestants are now writing on the board. But let's speak to someone who attended a girls' school but is supporting a boys' school now. She's a lady and she's supporting St. Peter's. What's your name?
I'm Eugenia Noeti.
Eugenia, look into the camera for me. Eugenia what?
Noeti.
Okay, which year did you complete Kobo Girls?
Kobo Girls.
Which year did you complete?
2018.
2018?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me, why are you supporting St. Peter's? I mean, it's quite understandable, but for a lot of the neutrals here, they are throwing their weight behind Wesley girls because they are saying that for the past 26 years, no girls' school has ever won the National Science and Maths Quiz. So they want Wesley girls to win this time around. You are a lady. You are supporting St. Peter's. Tell us why.
I'm supporting St. Peter's because they have the capacity. Like, they are showing us what they are made of. Yes, so, yeah.
I want to know, Kobo Girls, do you have any affiliation in alliance with? No.
Yes. Actually, my cousin went to Pesco, to St. Peter's, yeah.
It's part of the reason?
Yes.
Okay. I've been speaking to a lot of people here about the performance of ladies when they get on the stage. Some of them say, when I ask them, they say that, sometimes it's difficult for women to deal with the pressure that comes on the stage. Of course, a lecturer at the University of Ghana, Dr. Akosia Dakwa, disagrees with that assertion. What do you think really could be the problem? Why no girls' school has ever won the National Science and Maths Quiz for the past 26?
Okay, for me, I think girls, we can also, girls, I think girls, we can also make it we can make it through the contest. But it seems that sometimes when we get there, we fear what the boys, the threats that they try to pose. So that might be the reason. Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons.
Yes.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Now we have the only supporter, well, Tepa SHS. We've been looking for an old student. Are you an old student?
No, I'm not an old student.
You're not an old student.
I went to school to Jabin Senior High in Ashanti region. Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't go to Tepa, but why are you supporting them?
Yeah, when you look through the contest, Tepa Senior High School is the only school coming from the Ashanti region side. So I'm just supporting them in terms of Asante Mankoswo. Yeah.
Asante Mankoswo.
Yeah, it's not that.
I like that.
Yeah, Asante Mankoswo, that's why I'm supporting them. For Tepa Senior High School to come this far is just by surprise. It would, though we are at the third round now, but it will surprise people that Tepa Senior High School can do well, very well.
So tell me, do you expect Tepa SHS to get to the semi-finals?
No, not.
Did it?
Even the quarterfinals, I didn't expect.
Expect them to even get to the quarterfinals?
Yeah, even the quarterfinals, I didn't expect them, but they did extremely well. So I'm not surprised if they win today.
There are some who are saying that the computerized school selection and placement system and other, policy interventions, have made it possible for the best students, brilliant students, to be spread across, all the schools that we have. Yes. So you have some schools really that are, flying on past glories. Yeah. So we are seeing the emergence of schools like Tepa SHS and, some schools that people consider underdogs. What do you make of that assertion?
I think that was a good idea. But from the GES aspect, they did very well by spreading the students across board.
Okay, you mean a CSSPS?
Yes, so that is why I can see Tepa this far, because Tepa is nowhere in the National Science and Maths quiz. But this year, I'm seeing some surprises, and even at Chimota School is out, Prempeh College, my own school, is out.
Wait, Prempeh College is a boys' school, so...
Yes. People that knows me very well knows I support Prempeh College. I have soft spots for Prempeh College. In fact, I'll marry a Prempeh man.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I'm going for Tepa, seriously, because...
There's a guy from Prempeh College, he's watching you right now.
Yes, it was Gaye that took Prempeh College out, so I'm supporting Tepa from my heart. Yeah. Yes.
Why not supporting the ladies?
No, I'm not supporting them because they took Prempeh out. Yes, they took Prempeh out. They disgraced us. So I'm supporting Tepa this round. And for Asante Mankoswo, I'll support.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
yeah, I can understand the regional support, because for the National Science and Maths schools, for schools from the Greater Accra region have won it before. Central region, Western region, Eastern region have all won. There are some regions that have not really won the National Science and Maths quiz for the past 26 years. Yeah. So I can understand the regional, support. But once again, remember that our coverage of the National Science and Maths quiz is made possible by Newmont Gold Core Africa. It's also made possible by MTN everywhere you go. Brilliant Key Soap is also making our coverage possible. DBS Industries Limited and then Tabia Herbal Mixture. They are making it possible for us to bring you our live coverage of National Science and Maths schools. This is the basement of the IS Amegashi Hall. Contestants have finished putting down they finished writing down their answers on the whiteboard. On the whiteboard right now, the quiz mistress is checking the answers. Let's try and speak to... So, what's your name?
Frederick Brooks.
What's your name?
Frederick Brooks. Frederick Brooks.
Okay. Yeah. Which school?
Pope John.
Pope John. Oh, okay. You have been eliminated.
Yes, please.
But tell us why are you here? Which school are you here?
I'm supporting Wesley girls.
Okay. You're supporting affirmative action.
Yes.
You're supporting girl power.
Yes, please. Yes, please. But then looking at the competition, I think it's not really easy. But then we still hope for the best. Yeah.
Do you think, a lot of people have seen the contestants on stage, the contestants from Wesley Girls, they think they've given up already.
Yes.
Do you also, watching them, do you get a sense that they've given up already?
You see, I think they had a problem with the calculation, questions. But then since we are getting to the riddles and the end of it, we hope for the best. That's
hoping for the best.
Yes, yes.
Are you one of the people supporting a girls' school because it's going to be, if they should go to the finals and win, it's going to be the first time that a girls' school?
Oh, I believe that looking at their previous competitions, they proved to be, exceptional from the various girls' schools. So I feel they are worth my support. That's why I'm supporting them. Yeah.
That's why you're supporting them.
Yes.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Let's try and speak to more people who are here and find out from them what they make of the performance by Wesley Girls, Tepa SHS, and then St. Peter's SHS. This is the semi-final stage. And every point that the schools will earn is 10 Ghana cedis, worth 10 Ghana cedis. Yes, 10 Ghana cedis. The final points would actually be multiplied. Yeah, whatever points that is scored will multiply by 10 Ghana cedis, and that money will be given to them. Earlier, Presec Legon booked a place at the grand finale of the National Science and Math Quiz. You can see some of their students here sewing their uniforms and screaming blue. Let's give you an idea of how the competing schools now, performed from the prelims to this stage. Tepa SHS in the prelims.
Struggling, huh? I don't want to ask you to rewrite them. Please stop making those offensive comments. Dimensional analysis to obtain an expression for lambda c. All right. So we know that the Planck's constant has dimensions of angular momentum. So the dimensions of lambda c will be equal to the dimensions of Planck's constant raised to some power, let's call it alpha, the dimensions of the mass raised to some power beta, and dimensions of c raised to some power delta. Okay, if we do it this way, then L is equal to, and now I'm using the dimension, I'm doing the dimensional analysis, so bear with me. So it's big L is equal to big L squared m multiplied by big T raised to the power -1, and all of this, these are the dimensions, right, of Planck's constant to the power alpha. M, big M, raised to the power beta, that's the dimensions of the mass. And then the dimensions of C will be big L T to the power -1, and then this dimension to the power delta. So we can rewrite this as big L to the power of the expression 2 alpha plus delta, big M to the power of the expression alpha plus beta, and big T to the power of the expression -alpha, delta. Okay, so now let's look at this. We need to find out what this alpha, beta, and delta are so that we can go ahead and give the equation. So 2 alpha plus delta is equal to 1. Alpha plus beta is equal to 0. And negative alpha minus delta is equal to 0. We have a set of simultaneous equations to solve. And so if we look at the first and the third of these equations, we'll get alpha to be equal to 1 and delta to be equal to -1. So the second equation will give us beta, which is equal to -1. So now we are ready to write our equation. And so lambda c is equal to Planck's constant divided by mass times c. Okay? Up to a dimensionless factor. We are not going to worry so much about that. It actually is unity, so we won't worry about that. But this dimensional analysis has led us to an equation for lambda c. If you go through all these 4 points, B, contestants were to derive an expression for the ratio of the wavelength lambda of the scattered photon to the incident wavelength lambda I in Compton scattering. Okay, so the wavelength shift formula gives lambda is equal to lambda I plus lambda c multiplying the expression 1 minus cosine of theta. So lambda over lambda I is equal to 1 plus lambda over lambda c over lambda I multiplying the expression 1 minus cosine of theta. If you arrive at this 3 points. Finally, contestants were to calculate the ratio of the wavelength of the backscattered photon to the wavelength of the photon scattered at 90 degrees in Compton scattering. Okay, so for backscattering, theta is equal to pi. So the required ratio is going to be lambda pi over lambda pi over 2, right? 180 degrees backscattering, and then 90 degrees pi over 2. That is where the ratio comes from. It's equal to two expressions, numerator and denominator, right? On the numerator, I have lambda I plus lambda c multiplying 1 minus cosine of pi. And then in the denominator, I have lambda I plus lambda c multiplying the expression 1 minus cosine of pi over 2. We can actually substitute some values for these. Cosine of pi is -1. And cosine of pi over 2 is 0. So we'll wind up, this will now simplify to lambda I plus 2 lambda c all over the expression lambda I plus lambda c. If you are able to do this, you get 3 more points, making a total of 10 points. This is the suggested solution from the consultants. Now, contestants, St. Peter's. You actually set up to do the dimensional analysis. You set it up. So they initially looked like very, very hopeful. So I'm going to give you 1 point for the setup. Then something went wrong because it became this really monstrous thing to do. You had difficulty getting the exponents. So you spent all the time, you were not willing to let go. You really were determined to kill this thing, but it was not dying. So you couldn't move on to the B, you didn't do the C. You spent all the time on there and didn't get far. So you have 1 point. Tepa, you already knew this thing. You knew the formula. So instead of doing the dimensional analysis, you declared your stance. First point, you've put it down before even trying any dimensional analysis. And so what you were doing was only window dressing. You already knew it, so you don't want to spend time on it. It wasn't a good enough effort at dimensional analysis. So I can't give you anything for A. But when you got to B, you were able to do this to a large extent, except that At the last point, you made it more complicated than it really needed to be. So I'm giving you 2 out of 3 for that. And that's about it. So you have 2 points. Wesley girls, you also didn't do a very serious effort. You were not very serious about that dimensional analysis because I'm sure you knew this formula. So it was a half-hearted effort at dimensional analysis, but then the final relationship between the terms, among the terms, is the right one. I'm only giving you 1 out of the 4 for that. 1. Then when it came to B, the B, you were able to do that as expected, so that's 3 points. And that was the end of your success. So you have 4 points. 4 points. That's the end of the problem of the day and the end of round 3. Please pick up your notepads. Notepad. Carefully and let me know whether it's true or false. If you are right, 2 points. If you are incorrect, you lose a precious point. You may choose not to respond, in which case that statement becomes available to the 2 other schools. A school may ring and attempt an answer. If right, 2 full points. If not, there's a penalty. Best wishes to all 3 schools. I'm starting with you, St. Peter's. Distillation or crystallization can be used to separate an aqueous solution of sodium chloride into water and solid sodium chloride. Michael?
True.
Yes. A mixture of 2 liquids can always be separated by fractional distillation. Dion?
False.
Yes. In column chromatography, using alumina as the support, separation of 2 substances depends solely on the relative extent to which the substances can be adsorbed on the alumina. Yes, Bismarck?
True.
No, that's a false statement. Steroid hormones are the only ones derived from cholesterol and are always characterized by a 4-ring molecular structure. Michael?
True.
Yes. Thyroid hormone is responsible for setting the basal metabolic rate of humans. Dion?
True.
Yes. A decrease in thyroid hormone causes an increase in thyroid stimulating hormone, to stimulate the secretion of more thyroid hormone? Bismarck?
True.
Yes. The thermal efficiency of a car no-heat engine increases as the temperature difference between its hot and cold reservoirs decreases. Michael?
True.
No, that's a false statement. A Carnot cycle is made up of 2 isotherms and 2 adiabats. Dion?
True.
Yes. A heat engine operating on the Carnot cycle absorbs heat along one isotherm and rejects heat along another isotherm. Bismarck?
True.
Yes. For the next set, I have a preamble to all schools. Preamble. The graph of the given curve is symmetric about the given line. The graph of the given curve is symmetric about the given line. St. Peter's. Y is equal to the expression x plus 2, the expression squared, about the line x is equal to -2. Michael?
False.
No. Y is equal to absolute value of x about the x-axis. Dion?
False.
Yes. Y is equal to 1 over x about the line y is equal to x. Bismarck?
False.
No. That's a true statement. For a covalent bond to be formed, there should always be 2 overlapping orbitals, each having an unpaired electron. Michael?
False. False.
Yes. For covalent bonds, the more equitable the sharing of the electron pair, the stronger the bond.
The more.
Dion?
True.
No, that's a false statement. In a dative covalent bond, the donor of the electron pair has a greater share of the electrons. Bismarck?
False.
Yes. Analogous structures have the same function and the same ancestry. Michael?
False.
Yes. Analogous structures have the same ancestry, but may have different functions. Yes, Dion?
False.
Yes. Analogous structures have different ancestry and different functions. Bismarck?
False.
Yes. A proton, a positively charged particle carrying 1 unit of the fundamental charge, is a fundamental particle. Michael?
True.
No. That's a false statement. A neutron is a neutral particle composed of charged subparticles that carry fractions of the fundamental charge. Dion?
True.
Yes. Fundamental particles carry 1 unit of the fundamental charge and are either positively charged or negatively charged. Bismarck?
False.
Yes. Last set of statements. St. Peter's. If 2 plus 3 is equal to 6, then 2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 5. Michael?
True.
Yes. If 4 multiplied by 4 is equal to 16, then 4 plus 4 is equal to 7. Dion?
False.
Yes. Last statement. If sine of x is equal to half, then x is equal to pi over 4. Bismarck?
Madam, false.
Yes. And that's the end of the 4th round. At the end of the 4th round, Wesley Girls High School has 26 points. Tepa Senior High School has 28 points. St. Peter's Senior High School has 39 points. Round 5. In this round, I'm going to be reading out clues. Your objective is to solve the riddle. If you solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. On the second clue, 4 points. On the third only clue thereafter, 3 points. In order to solve the riddle, you must ring for it. May I hear your bell, St. Peter's? Thank you. Yours, Wesley Girls. Thank you. And yours, Tepa. When you ring, the answer must be ready. Best wishes to all schools. There are 4 riddles. First one. I am a ubiquitous physical quantity. I am a truly conserved quantity, notwithstanding that I may take unfamiliar forms. I may be quantized. I may have a continuous spectrum. Yes. Michael?
Energy.
Yes. On the third clue, 3 points. We are a group of proteins. We are of interest in medicine because mutations in us can cause specific diseases. Our main function is to regulate genes in order to make sure that they are expressed in the right cell at the right time. We also make sure that the right amount of genes are maintained throughout the life of the cell and the organism. We can be thought of as the gatekeepers that determine if a gene is expressed or not. We are proteins involved in the process of converting or transcribing DNA into RNA. Yes, which of you? Bismarck.
RNA polymerase.
No. Who are we? Yes, Michael.
Polymerase.
No. Dion.
Helper proteins.
Pardon?
Helper proteins.
No. Asu. Asu, this one is for you. Where are the ASU members? Yes. Too bad. Anyone? The right answer is transcription factors. Next one. I am a solid figure bounded by 8 faces. I am, of course, an octahedron. I am composed of 2 hexagonal bases and 6 rectangular faces. I have 18 edges. You can say I'm a prism. To be precise, I'm a prism with a hexagonal base. Michael.
Hexagonal prism.
Yes. I read all the clues. 3 points. Last one. I exist in several forms. My colloidal form is man-made. When my molten form is poured in a thin stream into cold water, I take the form not far from that of high-density polyethylene. My most natural form is described as rhombic. Melt. Michael.
Sulfur.
You're right. of the contest, here are the final scores. Wesley Girls High School has 26 points. Tepa Senior High School has 28 points. St. Peter's Senior High School has 48 points. Wesley Girls High School, thank you for being here. It was a pleasure having you. Unfortunately, we must say goodbye. But you are not going empty-handed. GCB Bank is giving you 1,040 Ghana cedis. Best wishes. Tepa Senior High School, thank you for being here. We must say goodbye as well. But you also have 1,120 Ghana cedis from GCB Bank. Best wishes to you. Congratulations on winning the contest. You have earned 1,920 Ghana cedis. But best of all, I look forward to seeing you at the grand finale. Congratulations. Viewers, thank you for joining us for this contest. Before we leave, I would like to acknowledge our sponsors. The National Science and Math Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service with support from GOIL, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, GCB Bank, Vimto, Academic City College, Adansi Travels, Kenya Airways, Accra College of Medicine, Medifem Multi-Specialist Hospital and Fertility Center, GTP, FH Arkin University of Applied Sciences, Newmont Gold Corp Ghana, and InterVarsity. Our media partners are Joy News, Joy FM, My Joy Online, and YFM. Yes, it is. We have one more semi-final contest to go. Please make plans to join us next time when we bring you Keita Senior High Technical School, St. Augustine's College, and GSTS. Thank you for joining us this time. See you next time. Bye.